Hello, everybody coming in. This is the awkward part of the live. I don't want to keep saying hi, but I don't want you to feel ignored. But hello, everybody. Sorry, Nick break. I should have done it before live, but I didn't think about it. God, my hair is getting so gray. What can I do about it? Well, thanks, Happy. How are you today? Hey, Shell. My kitties are with a friend who runs a rescue. But hello, how are you too? It's so nice to be asked that before we jump into personal questions. I'm doing great. The weather's cold, but I've had worse. Yeah, I'm here 5 days a week now. That's how I take care of rent until I get a full-time job. Or go to school full-time, because that may be sooner than I expected. Sooner than she said. I don't know if you saw my video. Hey, Angela. I did my my GED ready test, which shows you if you're ready to take the GED. It's got a sample of the GED questions and scores you like the GED, whatever. And when I took mine, I actually hit 164. Well, I didn't think that was that big of a deal. It's 19 points ahead of what I needed to pass. Well, I ran into my advisor and let her know that I passed and what the score was. And she starts like freaking out and I'm confused. Like, it's 19 points. What's the big deal? That's college ready. Like, if I can pass reading or math 160 plus, I don't have to do placement tests to get into college. I just walk in the door and go. So it is kind of a big deal. And now granted, it was social studies, so that's a really easy piece. But social studies is mostly reading. So it would, in theory, if I could pass social studies that high with just reading, I should be able to pass at least reading and language arts that high. I have to schedule, I got a discount, so the tests are only $14.50 each. There's 4 sections. But it helps us pay for it, so I'm going to contact them when I get off live and see what I got to do. And if they like cover where it was or whatever. But it's for working moms or moms who want to work and are single, basically, to help you further your career opportunities. So if you already have a job and you want better, or if you don't have a job and you need better education, they help you. But even if they don't, $14.50 at a shot isn't that bad. So I'm going to schedule the social studies today. Hopefully it's soon. When I go back to class, when I go back to reading class next week, we do the pre-GED for reading and language arts. Once I see what that score is, we decide what we're doing from there. Ideally, I will be ready to schedule. And once I pass the 2 sections, I only have to have 50%, I can switch over to college prep classes, which is going to teach what college expects from you as opposed to what high school teaches, as well as gives me a chance for a tour to sit in on a class and all that. I want to go for social work and addictions counseling. Hey, Tattooed. You must just be missing me. I'm here most of the week, but he's doing good. Counts to 5 now. Stands up by himself, starting to take his first steps. Thank you, Happy. No, it's not, Elle, and I'm glad I stopped letting myself be scared. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Katie. 17 months sober. I did another massive unblock last night too. I made it all the way to the bottom of the list. So I don't know how TikTok does it, if it's literally the 10,000 or if they just break it up. But I went all the way back to where I could go no further and gave back at least 500 or 600. So slowly but surely we're getting everybody unblocked that shouldn't have been blocked. And then, of course, if they come in with shenanigans, then we just reblock. It's whatever. But I see a lot of people that it wasn't fair. Y'all were blocked. So there's that. Thank you, Tat. Hey, Hope. How are you, babe? I am doing good. I just passed my first GED ready test with a college level score. So I'm excited. I might be in college come fall. Baby's counting to 5. He's working on taking his first steps. He took 2 already, but now we're trying to get him to actually walk. Stands up by himself. Uses oh shit in context. That's my fault. Thank you, Happily. Hey, Tiff. Thank you. Thanks, Leah. I went from an 8th grade level education to high school and winning in 5 months. Well, thank you, Fleeble. Thank you. I appreciate the ones that were here the longest. I think it's cute. I'm not stopping it. How did I do what? My education straight? Thank you, Bluntly. Congratulations, Tiff. And thank you again. If you're asking about my education, I had a chance to take GED class in rehab. So I was in there from November until I left in February. And then they transferred me to the college about a week and a half after I got here. And, well, thank you. They got me to the pre-GED classes there, which it didn't take long to figure out. I needed the higher class, not quite GED level yet, but up there a little higher. So, I spent the last 2 months busting my ass in like an intermediary level class. I am doing the GED in reading though. That's what I finish next week. Next week is the end of my hours there. If I don't pass, then I have to re-enroll, and that's actually going to cost me. So we're really, really hoping that it is a passing. But I'm excited. I'm really excited, and it feels good. Thanks for the gifts, guys. I want to be a social worker in addictions counseling. Thank you, Dizzy. Hey, Raina, I just unblocked you last night. That's why. Thank you so much. Yep. That's why I want to do both. Ideally, I would work with like the hospital or CPS to work with pregnant moms in my position, where I was then, and kind of get them to get into help sooner and to trust people sooner. Yep, if you haven't seen me and you just are, it's because you were part of the unblock wave. And mostly it's because I see a lot of you who shouldn't have been blocked. Hey, Moni. Thank you, Brandy, and you too. I'm doing good, and you? I'm glad to have you back. I see a lot of people that I don't even know why they were blocked. Like, there's no explanation. He's doing good. He's at daycare right now, knows how to count to 5 and use his fingers to do it as well as speak it. Took his first steps a couple weeks ago, stands up by himself, gets into more trouble than any toddler should know how to get into. He's growing up. Yep, you're unblocked now too, Alicia. As I said earlier, so long as there's no shenanigans, you are more than welcome to be unblocked. They really do, Raina. He is very smart. I am blessed. He's such a good little boy. He's so sweet. His bad days are like other kids' good days. Like, I'm really lucky with him. And since birth, he's always been a good sleeper, put himself on a schedule. Right, Jess? He's 17 months old. To be honest, Alicia, I don't know why either. Probably the mods at the time. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Den. Yep, 17 months. It's flown by. I feel like just yesterday I found out I was pregnant. But here we are. And now we're as close to on our own as we can possibly be without living in our own place. Thank you, Desiree. Everything is good here. I hope you are too. Thank you, Annalisa. I think you're one that I just unblocked too. Congratulations. That's a huge deal, especially from alcohol. Thanks, babe. I'm proud of myself, and I'm glad to say that. I'm realizing how far I came in just a few months. 17 months isn't a few, but I've done a lot in those months, and I'm very proud of it. A lot of hard work. Let me tell you, I know I'm not the only single mom to do it. Thank you, Vanessa. I am very proud. I know I'm not the only single mom to go back to school. I definitely see it's an adventure, and it can be hard. Getting your studying in with little hands grabbing, squeezing it in while they're rapping, while they're napping, or at school or daycare or whatever. But I did it. Hey, Katrina. Thanks, Alicia. It feels good. It really feels good to be here. Now, do I like depending on readings to pay the rent? No, I would really love to change that. But I'm glad I took this opportunity when I did. Yes, he's in daycare, Katrina. He goes Monday to Friday. Thank you, Raina. Thanks, Moni. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Tracy. I am very proud. 17 months sober. Yes and no, Kaylee. I still have people that get on me. There's a thing going around right now, actually, about trash bags, and I don't even want to get into it. But for the most part, my lives are very positive now. Just the one. Man, 17-month-old. I had thought I was pregnant, but it was a faulty test. So, just one. Hey, Creasy. What is a flash goal? Achieve this optional goal to win a 24-hour live goal theme. Your current live goal will resume when the flash goal ends. Let's see what this does. Thank you, Rebecca. Well, thanks again, Moni. I hope I'm saying that right. We're working on it. Now that the doctor says it's there, she said the Mounjaro should help with the insulin resistance part, which is a big factor in it. And I've been taking spearmint. No, you're not supposed to click it. You're supposed to just send the gift. It disappeared. I don't know what the hell that was about. Whatever. No, I have not talked to him, nor will I. He is one of the few that I will not be unblocking, and I'm done. Yeah, and I was going to try it, and then it just went away. Mounjaro, Rebecca. Hey, Miss Lisa. I have a few that I don't think I'll ever unblock. I don't know. I might change my mind and just let the haters see how good I'm doing. But for right now, I'm focusing on the ones that I know shouldn't be blocked. I don't know. It told me it would just needed somebody to send me 17 heart me's. So I don't know. It shouldn't. It says, achieve this goal when 17 gifters send heart me to your live. Pin it to get more attention. Simultaneously, live creators choose to start or dismiss it. A set number of gifters must send the specific gifts to the live within the given time. If achieved, both the creator and gifters win rewards. The live creator wins a special theme for the goal panel, which lasts 24 hours. And your profile photos and usernames will appear on the goal panel when I go live. Any live goal that was in use will pause when the flash goal begins. And you only get one per live. So that's probably why. You don't click the pin, you just send the gift. Yep, it's a heart me. Thank you, Indica. I happened to just see it. That's why I was like, what the hell is this? Thank you, Hole. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Squirrely. A heart me is a kind of gift. If what is true, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'll just say you. Thank you, Christy. If you're talking about my sobriety, as long as you see these walls, I'm sober. I'm living in an Oxford house. And just spent 15 months in rehab. Thank you, BJ. Hi, Amy. Congratulations. 6 years is a super big achievement, but especially something like that. Thank you, Indica. I hope I'm saying that right, too. I did a massive unblock wave the last couple of days, so that's probably why. Thanks, guys. No, it's not. And that's why I'm glad I didn't go straight to the street. Everybody I know that left rehab and went straight to living alone has either relapsed or gotten into some kind of trouble. I have not seen a success case yet. Wow, 23 years is huge, Rebecca. Congratulations. Congratulations, Liz. Thank you, Ange. My lip hurts. And my mouth is dry, so my lip keeps sticking to my crown. Thank you, Shelly. Oh, thank you. That's so cute. But for those that are just coming back, I'm sober now. I do tarot to pay the rent here until I get a regular job. I may still continue it as like a side project because I still have the dream to one day have my own shop. Thank you. A lot's changed. I'm a mom now. I'm good, and you? I done went and got sober. I done had a baby. I've been to rehab for 15 months and moved out to Oxford House. Oh, they're still kicking. There's something going around just as of this week, and the desperation is real. They are adorable, Kaylee. There's still some who swear that I can't stay sober or that I'm not, but it's laughable. Now that I took away that one little element of truth, it's really easy to laugh off the trolling. Thank you, Jules. Oh, you're fine, hon. Thank you, baby. He is at daycare right now, but he is my boy. Well, congratulations, Ange. Thank you, Jenny. Well, Punta, it's to finish passing my GED and get into college. I want to go for social work and addictions counseling and get some money under me and get my own place. My son's actually about to be 2. He's going to be 18 months on the 1st. I do, Katrina. I'm so blessed. Thank you, Jenny. Now that's funny. So I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Nope. Ow, ow, ow. My foot's caught in my blanket. I can stay here as long as I need to. That's what I've heard. The college that I'm going to does not offer the class by itself, but it is part of their social work, and I can do extended classes on that. So what I'll probably do is start my associates in social work and then do a major minor for university. Well, thank you, Punta. I know, Hole. Thank you, Bluntly.
I remember one time we went to the casino and it was like a record night.
17 and a half months now? Roughly? No, but I did start just unblocking people and giving a chance to the ones that weren't fairly dealt with before. Hey, Dawning. Thank you, Christy. Hey, Lena. Thanks for all the follows, guys. I realized a lot of people were blocked that really shouldn't have been. And when it's telling me I have 10,000 people blocked and my list is full and there's not that many trolls, there's a problem. Yeah, I can do readings today, Lindsay. Thank you, Punta. Look, bet you thought you never see the day. I'm going to put some liquid IV in this, though. Oops. I'm on a pill to stop the sweating, and it really, really dehydrates me. Yeah, Moonjaro makes me thirsty too, so adding this is just making it even worse. But I'd rather be hella thirsty and needing extra stuff in my water than sweating my ass off all day. Making a mess. Making a mess. Come on. It's the never-ending couch. Look how the dust coming out of it. Oh my God. Dust settling. Where is... The cotton candy liquid IV is interesting, but definitely okay. Wegovy, I do believe, is also Mounjaro, just repackaged. So that's not shocking. Which is funny. They repackage it, put a different name on it, and give it for weight loss instead of just keeping up the same one that does the same thing that we already had. Yep, I guess if any of you have friends that are blocked or have accounts that are blocked, let me know and spread the word that I am unblocking people. I'm still debating on whether I want to unblock some of the trolls. Yep, I think it is. The only difference between a straight GLP-1 and like the GLP-1 in Mounjaro is Mounjaro attacks another or attaches to another hormone more than the GLP-1 does. Excuse me. Thank you, Judith. You're about 17 and a half months behind there, bud. Imagine being a grown-ass man and harassing a woman, because I can't. Except I didn't. Gross that you're sitting here hiding behind a screen to bully somebody you don't know. Disgusting. Baby is doing great. Hey, Bailey. Yes, we do, Judith. Oh, thank you, Dawning. I think a lot of people that got blocked because the mods at the time did not want to see support. I had quite a few rounds of mods who wanted to keep me sick. And that's, like, I have proof of. It's not just me saying. He is at daycare, Tara. I'm good, Bailey, and you? Yeah, I got a smart mouse tattooed. I can't help it. Thank you, Southern. Thank you, C. I'm sorry you're stressed, Bailey. Hey, Chi. I think I just unblocked you last night, too. I recognize the name. Thank you, Davids. Thank you, Valerie. 17 and a half months sober. The last round of them did, but that's out of how many? I do not find humor in the cop beeping, and let me tell you why. And it's not just because it's me. The cops at the time were watching my live streams. Okay? Everybody knew this. A cop makes an oath to serve and protect. By beeping at somebody who's nodding instead of, calling a medical service isn't serving and protecting. And no, they weren't. Every time somebody would tell them to beep, they would beep. They were very much feeding into the trolls. If they were truly worried, they would have called medics, and they didn't. They sat there and beeped. And that, to me, takes the humor out of it. Especially since I have been out there and Narcaned people while the cops stood by and did nothing. The trolls had called and sent them out for some, I think it was music that time. It was something stupid. I remember that. And the cop sat out front watching the live and was beeping the horn whenever I would look like I was nodding. And then when people started laughing at it, they started doing it more. And to me, that is definitely against what a cop is supposed to stand for. I cannot find humor in it. Wow, Tara. First of all, how about you actually know what somebody's doing before you judge them? FYI, I go to school 3 days a week, and I'm looking for a full-time job. Second of all, I'm on live because it's a source of income. That income that if I didn't make, you'd be telling me how I don't support my child. Yeah, that income. You want to judge? Take it elsewhere. And remember, there but for the grace of God go I. Hope you never have to be in this position. It shouldn't be autumn. No, I'm not saying to force me to answer the door. He had come to the door and had been answered. That was the thing. He came, he knocked, he told me what they were called for. That was it. He then sat in the car watching the live, beeping at me every time it looked like I would nod. And then when the trolls started encouraging it, he would then interact with the trolls through the sirens. And it's not okay. And obviously I wasn't. As a cop who's trained to serve and protect, that should have been the first clue that maybe I shouldn't be poking fun or feeding into it. And I'm sorry, but if you can justify that behavior, you just don't belong on this side. You really don't. And I pray to God that you and your family are never in a situation where police are making fun of you. What's there to be surprised about, Magical? Because I did something many people don't get the chance to do. I don't know. Maybe not sit out front of my house watching live and participating with trolls and going and actually, fighting crime like cops are there to do. That would be a good start. How am I awfully narcissistic? Because I'm proud of my recovery? Because I spent 15 months in rehab busting my ass to get to where I'm at? Because I'm going through school by the skin of my teeth, busting my ass to come out on top so my son can have a better life? How is that narcissistic? I'm sorry, Katrina. Do you know that the average of addicts who don't make it out is 98%? Thank you, Trisha. First of all, I'm not snotty, and that's not in the Bible. But okay, again, move along. I'm sorry, but am I blaming others when I say a cop should not have fed into what trolls were encouraging? I'm not blaming anybody. What I'm saying is, if you thought that you were going to help, there were other ways to go about it rather than interact with trolls on a live. No, it was a faulty test. People coming in trolling again. I'm sorry, Katrina. No, you didn't upset me. Thank you, Dawning. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. If they weren't actively assisting in anything, why are they sitting there letting people on the internet tell them to blare a siren to laugh at an addict? That's the problem. And it's got nothing to do. If it was somebody else, I would say the same thing. No, I did not leave the cats behind. And as I already said, I'm not going to continue addressing it. Anybody else that asks will be blocked. Because they're desperate for content, Walmart. Because I'm popping back up and I'm getting spread around again. Congratulations, Butterfly. Thank you, Lisa. You notice she didn't need to be blocked because she can't keep justifying the behavior. Trying to deflect and project doesn't change the fact he did something wrong. And if I was to tell what happened when I called the district, people would be crying. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Crafty. I literally grinned like a loon the whole damn day. All the way home. Thank you, Just Me. Exactly, Walmart. And that's why I'm spreading again. Because yes, I was the OG drama. Yes, I was in a very, very bad place. And I've turned it around. And people who actually wanted to see me better are right here for it. Well, thank you, Woods. Congratulations. Thanks, Butterfly. Thank you, Lisa. Exactly, Dawning. That's all I was trying to say, is how I've seen them do it to other addicts. I've seen them do very shameful things to other addicts, like leave an overdosing addict to lay while they waited for an ambulance to come, instead of at least, propping them up. Yes, it is a disease. It's actually a mental health disease. Or illness, if you'd rather call it that. Yep, if you're here and seeing me and you haven't seen me, that's why I did a massive unblock wave and I'm still working on it. Thank you, Christy, and congratulations on 7 years. I'm not, David. They're trying and I'm not. People wonder why I address it, because it's recorded. And when I don't address it, that's seen as me accepting it. Because I mess up what I say, it's twisted. And so sometimes I will make the point. Well, toxic, that's where I would say that perhaps if you haven't been one, to maybe educate yourself and to see why it is called a disease, or just ask a question. The way that addiction works is it shows in a pattern of behaviors long before a substance ever comes into play. It is a mental illness. It's based off of self-centeredness. It's based off of an unrealistic view of reality. It's based off of the feeling that you can't feel and you'd rather not feel. You don't pick up and decide that today I'm going to be an addict. It literally, you are predetermined to be one. That's why it's genetic. Yes, Donna, I'm okay. I just explained it, so that should answer your question. I'm all right, Meemaw. He's doing great, Cece. Getting too damn big for his own good. Thank you, Donna. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get across. Wow, Cher, good job. Cold turkey and going so long. That is big. And I haven't done it because I've been distracted talking, but I will remind you all who maybe haven't been here, I do tarot still. It is clear-headed, still $10 a reading. That's how I pay my rent until I get a job. And that's why I'm here. That's part of what the negativity is, to chase people, same way it's always been. Just putting it out there. Thank you, Cece. You would be surprised the things that are actually an addiction. Sugar is an addiction. Caffeine, nicotine, adrenaline, eggs, activities, gambling, shopping, impulsive behavior, anything that gives you a rush. Yes, thank you. And that's fine. You can look at it differently, but I would suggest that you please do some research before you judge. And there. Now the little wave is done and people will leave me alone for the next 10 minutes. That is the one. Exactly, Crystal. That is exactly what I've been trying to say without directly saying it. Thank you, Lindsay. And that's why I go and talk it out like I did with the person defending the cop. You cannot say that I was being nasty. You can't say that I'm being mean. You can't say that I'm not letting you have your own opinion. You can't twist it and turn it, upside down it, you name it, any single way. I addressed it. I calmly spoke why I feel this way and let it go. This one was from a stand in a mall. Thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate that, Amber. So that's probably what it is, because you've been able to stop. It's hard to see it. I'm saying, like, not even trying to change your mind. Just look into it. You'll see the explanation and the science behind it. It's actually really interesting. Exactly, Crystal. That one was portraying themselves as a cop, and that's not what their bio said. Wow, congrats on 10 years. I will forget your name, though, so shoot me a DM. Because what the name it shows me isn't the name I can search you by usually, and I end up forgetting. The newest thing is Thursday they started with this yard full of trash bags, and saying that I left my cats and there was 3 unalived cats in the bags. It's one picture of a yard full of bags. They're claiming is mine. The last time I was at that apartment was when I handed the keys over and got my stuff in 2024, in March of 2024. Thank you, Casey. He is 17 and a half months just. Readings are $10 each. Payment options are in the link tree in the bio. I take Cash App, PayPal, the normals. And just put it in the note that it's for a reading. And as soon as it comes through, I'll do it. And of course, those who are not here for readings, don't feel like you have to leave. You are more than welcome to hang out. And I go right back to chatting when we're done. Yeah, because you haven't been around in a long time, Donna. I had 3. All right, sugar. I say the same thing, just like, I swear, yesterday I found out. And now he's almost 2. You sure can. Readings are $10 and info is in the link tree. Put it in the notes as for a reading, please. And yep, it's in the link tree in the bio. Look for the little icon at the top of the link tree page. And always, any money that's sent, I don't care what it's for, please put a note saying what it's for. I've chased people who sent tips thinking they wanted readings, and I thought things were tips that were readings. It was a faulty test. My nurse had told me that the directions said it was a single line for positive. She showed me the box. That's what it said. Turns out it wasn't. Yeah, that's why. You sure can, Crystal. It's the same price. I can record it privately to YouTube, send you a link, and only those people with the link can view it, which would be me and anybody you choose to give it to. Still video, yes, that is my PayPal. PayPal.me/ashcatonfire. Thank you, Dawning. Just DM me, we can work out the details. Okay, Lindsay. Nope, it was a false positive. Oh, I was explaining that. So it said a single line was positive. We did the blood test. It comes back negative, and that Monday we get the alert that the test had been recalled. Probably the scariest weekend of my life, because I was not in a position to have another baby. As much as I would love to be a mom multiple times, being in a rehab by myself is not ideal. Thank you, Pumpkin. I think I just unblocked you. When she told me it was positive, I broke down. The baby was with me and couldn't understand why I was carrying on the way I was. I couldn't breathe. I was sobbing so hard. All right, I do have a reading. Please don't feel like you have to leave. It seems like every time the cards come out, the numbers drop and then they never come back. I love being able to chat between readings. If you're here from before, then you know how it used to be. We would do the readings and chat. I just hate feeling like I'm making people feel chased. you. It's actually my daith piercing. I don't know how well you can see it. It goes into the fold of my ear, and it's good for migraines. Hold on, I'll type my Cash App for you. Here you go. We are, Shells, and good to see you. The rest of my decks are in storage. I have 2 with me. And they are actually in storage elsewhere. They are not in the storage unit so that no dampness could ruin them. But anything that was safe to be in outdoor situations went into the storage unit. All right, just let me know when you're back, Miss Lindsay. And honestly, I didn't plan to stay at rehab as long as I did. I was supposed to be there 90 days. So when I decided to stay longer than what I'd asked, I went home and emptied it. You said you want a general, hon? Hello, hello, hello. I'm glad to see how many of you unblocked come back in. I'm so happy that y'all didn't just... You never know what happened, and I'm sorry you got blocked. I'm doing the reading. It'll only take a minute. Please don't feel like you have to leave. He is doing great. Thank you, baby. Well, thank you. I got it. You're next. So I have 2 readings. Don't feel like you have to leave. As soon as I'm done, we'll be back chatting. Oh, I bet you are. Congratulations. Right off the top of this, Lindsay, I am seeing an inability to look past the issues. Yeah, it did. When things go bad, you have an inability to see the good going around you. You have an inability to see resolution. Like you get so caught up that you get lost. You just forget that there's other ways. Thank you, baby. I say that because I have the 5 of Pentacles, and the traditional illustration on this is a man and a woman, obviously homeless, who are walking past a church, and obviously the church would help them, but they are so caught up in their misery that they miss the church. They don't see that it's there. And I love you too, babe. I feel like that's the situation you're in, that you get so caught up in what's bad or what's not going your way that you miss a way out or a solution. Now, this could be to a specific issue and not so much a lifetime thing. Perhaps not getting a promotion at work, and so now you feel like that's the end of the world. Maybe you thought you were going to get a house and it fell apart. It's the things like that. You would get so caught up in the fact that that bad thing happened that you kind of forget there's other options. It's not as drastic as the 5 of Cups would be, but it does tell me, especially with physical things, it is very difficult for you to look past the bad. So that is something I would work on. I also see the Ace of Pentacles, which tells me you got some pretty big things heading your way. Opportunities is coming in, not so much money or job, but opportunities. So this could be multifaceted, multiple offers, or a multi-choice offer. But things are coming your way that are going to put you in a really good place. So try not to miss the benefit because you're so caught up in the bad. That is kind of where the warning is coming in. I also have the 4 of Pentacles. Shutting down is never an answer, and shutting out the people, places, and things that are helping you is not going to get you anywhere. Holding on to every single thing, every single penny, every single feeling, every single anything in your world is going to make it difficult for you to replace it or get more. To get more, you have to spend some. It's just the rule of the universe. So closing yourself off, cutting people out, you are not going to get more support unless you accept what is around you. And I feel like you do struggle with that. And especially right now, this situation that is coming through here, this is damaging to it. I also have the Page of Pentacles, which says maybe now is a good time to sit down and review the things in life that are making you unhappy, your goals, dreams, thoughts. Again, this is more physical things, so you could possibly include money, homes, cars, but I really don't feel like that's the focus. I don't think that it's absolutely just money related or just, the word just went out of my head, possession related. It's up to you. You know better than me. Maybe it is, but you add to it. Definitely sit down, make a list, and see how you could expand things. I do believe you are missing a solution that's very easily found if you weren't keeping your nose down. I also have the Nine of Cups, which is a card of like super huge celebration. It's drawn as a banquet. And what's a banquet but like an overabundance? So honestly, I really feel like you'll have a lot of happy times, a lot of good things if you'll just listen to what you're being told, listen to the advice you're being given. At the end of the day, honestly, the bad or the negative that you're caught up in is not worth putting everything else aside. It's just not. It's not as bad as it seems from the inside. I do feel like if you were a little bit more grounded, that it would, I see. You shut down, you don't want help even when you need it. You don't want to accept that things are the way they are, but you don't know how to change it. You need to ground yourself a little bit and remember, like, this is what I need. This is how I need to feel. This is what I need help with, or this is what I need to do. I would not be surprised, honestly, if it's family or a partner or both that are being shut out. But I do feel like if you can make some changes, stop just automatically assuming everybody's judging you, and get out of your own head and put what you know to work, that you can actually resolve this and maybe get away from some of those negative feelings. Thank you, Vermin. Sugar butt, what kind of reading did you want, hun? And y'all see it went from like 80 people to 50. I don't know why. You need to come out of that. That's what I'm getting loud and clear. You need to stop just sucking in the loneliness, the sadness, and open up a little bit. Hey, Paranormal. Hey, Sunflower. Yay, FYP. So we'll do a general for you. I'm glad to hear that. You're welcome, Lindsay. Ooh, Sugar, you're doing too much. And you're not taking care of your health the way that you should be because of that. You need some time to rest and recoup. You know that you do, and yet you refuse to do it. I have those cards. You really, really, really need to settle down. Stop lying to yourself. Settle down. Take care of your health. Get a break. Take care of the little things that are kind of adding up on you. And I think you'll find that things will be a lot happier and easier for you from there. I do see plenty of reason to have hope. This isn't like this is something incurable. This isn't like this is something that you'll never get away from. No, I do not show the baby. And he is at daycare anyway. But I do see a lot of self-delusion here. You listen to your gut. You know that it's wrong, but it's how you are. You need to get a little bit more balance in your life and put a little bit more of your creative energy. Thanks, guys. Put a little bit more of your creative energy into taking care of you. This Four of Swords is how I figured out that you need to rest and relax. You're not taking care of yourself. The Seven of Swords is how I know that you're deluding yourself and kind of lying to yourself and saying, it'll be okay, I'll rest tomorrow. You know you're not. You got too much on your plate and you need to step back and take care of you. If you don't do it, you're not going to get through the rest. I think deep down you do know this with the High Priestess, and part of you does kind of hold on to the hope or the faith that you will get better in time. But unless you make the change isn't going to happen. You need to make the change yourself. I also have the Two of Cups, which tells me rely on those you love. I'm sorry to hear that, High Key. Rely on those you love, the ones you're closest to, as kind of a sounding board, and let them get the emotional support that you need. It does not have to be typically a spouse. It can be anybody that you really feel connected to and trust. You're welcome. But don't let them support you, because I already see you're not. You're trying to deal with it alone. Not to the degree that I saw with the last reading, but more independent. More independent. You are very creative and very energetic, and your energy is suffering because you're not taking care of yourself. You're feeling drained. You're feeling like it's too much effort to even get out of the bed in the mornings. This isn't going to stop until you get that rest and support that you need. And I understand you're juggling a lot. I don't really think financially, but it could be. I think more situations, one thing after another happening, and so you're just used to keeping them going and ignoring yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if you're like the mom friend, if you're not already a mom, like an actual mom, because that's the vibe I get. The way that a mom will literally self-sacrifice for everybody else and take care of herself last is the same energy I've got with you. Six of Swords says it's time to leave this behind. Maybe take a vacation if that's able, even if it's just a staycation. Put yourself some time to stay home and relax. But you need to get away for a little while, mentally at the very least, and let yourself have that break. I know it's hard, especially as a mom or a mom figure, speaking from experience, but sometimes you do have to put yourself first because you can't give from an empty cup. You just can't. You're very welcome and good. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, Chastity. Hello, everybody that came in I didn't get to say hi to. I saw some names I know I just unblocked. I hope it was good tears. I don't like to make people cry. I do see a lot of names I just unblocked yesterday coming in, and I do see some names I'm pretty sure were from the day before. So I'm glad to see you all popping in and at least, seeing what happened. I know a lot of you really just wanted to help and got blocked for all the wrong reasons. So this is my little amends. And I'm sorry for that cat killer bullshit in the middle of your reading. If people used common sense and critical thinking, this wouldn't even be an issue. So, okay, I'm glad to hear that, Lindsay. Thank you, Heike. I do not have Zelle. My bank doesn't accept it. I wish I did. I used to love that. Nope, no Venmo. They got that taken back in 2020. They would send like 45 cents and request it back. $1, request it back. A penny, request it back. And so I am permanently banned for suspicious activities. Yeah, almost cost me my PayPal too. Which it's funny because my therapist and my doctor, my psych doctor, actually both said, pay attention to what people attack because that's the thing they're jealous of. Thank you, Heike. I'm glad you could stop by and get some good energy. I do, Misty. I'm on Monday to Friday between 12 and 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I also do privates. You can DM me and we can set those up. Same price, $10. But that's up to you. And I'm typically on about an hour and a half to 2 hours when I come on. Which I think, yep, I've been here about an hour now. Well, thank you, Liz. I'm so sorry to hear that, Heike. That is not easy. All right, Misty, I will be here. And if for some reason I'm not, then I'll be here Friday for sure. It will. It'll at least be easier to handle eventually. I wouldn't say it'll be okay. Because there's always going to be a piece of you that misses them. But you'll get easier. I have Apple Pay. I do not have Venmo. I got a cut on my lip. That hurts. You're welcome. I just don't want you to lead yourself astray, that's all. And I think I know what it is. When the numbers drop, it's the trolls rolling out. Sign out and shoot me a DM, and I'll get my laptop and text you the number. Because I think that's the only way to do it is a number. Most likely you are. Any loss tends to put us in some form of shock to begin with. Even when we're hurting, like it doesn't fully process. Thank you, Laurie. That is so sweet, Liz. Thank you. Like that's really sweet. And I'm glad I could show it. And I'm glad that people had faith in me when I didn't. Because if y'all didn't have the faith, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Oh, you're very welcome. And I hope to see you around, give you a little bit more support as things go on. Thank you. Exactly, Liz. I like that. That is a good way to say it. Thank you, Laurie. I'm glad to be back. And I'm glad I'm finally getting the traction that more people are actually able to come in. Because I've been back for almost 2 months. And while I had some traction, I did not have what I have now. And I really appreciate that. You were probably blocked, Laurie. I have been unblocking a lot of people here lately. So that's probably what it was. The BS it makes me do to just get into my stuff. Alright, Cheryl, I'm texting it to you now. Thank you, Sav. I'm getting it now. Come on. There you go. I sent it. Thank you, Sammy. I actually got them at Walmart, and I'm sad because now I'm losing weight and they're falling off. I got so many cute big clothes. Now it's like I can't fit the cute mediums and I can't fit the cute extra larges and I don't have any cute larges. That's where we're at right now. And I'm also glad to see, for real, how many of you all got unblocked and came back to check and see what was up. And that means a lot to me because you had to have been searching for me. And I get it, and I appreciate that. Nope, you never did, Chastity, and I'm glad. I'm sorry, Sammy. That was the one thing about the Mounjaro that really upset me was I was going to lose weight because I just got used to myself. Sorry, my dandruff is acting up, and it's right there invisible. I just got used to myself being bigger. But I guess it is what it is. It wasn't healthy to be as heavy as I was. So, according to my BMI, I was morbidly obese. And for those of you who haven't been here, not only did I get sober and go to rehab, I'm doing good, puppet, and you? I'm glad to hear that, Just. Well, I'll say this. We can love each other big, we can love each other small. We can love ourselves big, we can love ourselves small, is what I was trying to say. Both work. And for those that hadn't been here, I had a baby, went and got clean, spent 15 months in rehab. I am now 2 months into an Oxford house, which is sober living, with the least amount of support or care that you can possibly have without living by yourself. And I'm heavy into NA, doing my step work, got a sponsor and all that, and doing what I can to make my life right. And I'm on Matt. Thank you, Mel. DM me your other account's name and I can see if it's blocked, Sammy. Exactly, Chastity. That's how I looked at it when I got clean and gained weight. Yeah, I'm bigger, but it means I'm healthy. And at least at my heaviest, I was 220. But when I was 190 before, I looked like the Marshmallow Man. Like, for real. A jet puff marshmallow on legs. And now I'm carrying it better. It looks healthier, more muscular. So, thank you, silly. I'm glad I can be here and show people it's possible and educate and all that. Helps me practice for what I want to go into for a career. Oh, I'm working on my GED. Hopefully I'll be in college by January, maybe sooner. And I'm going for social work and addictions counseling. Damn proud of myself. And in June, I was offered a $5,000 credit card, which was freaking awesome because I'm repairing my credit. And then I also have the Chime credit builder and one called Atlas that I pay $8.99 a month for, but it also reports. So really working on my credit so I can get a good place in a car. Thank you, Just. Thank you, Amanda. Sadly, they won't until they want to. And that's one of the things I've been educating. By bullying, pushing, harassing, raising awareness, you're just bringing her more support, more victims, more people who want to see bad stuff happen. Amen, Sammy. Congratulations, Emily, and thank you. I actually made a video for Lisa, sticking up for her with all the bullying, because what I seen was horrendous and featured a lot of my bullies. It's like, and not to toot my own horn, I think those of you who have been here long will know Chase. My Chime credit builder had got me up to a 700 score, and I got it. I didn't use it quite responsibly, and so now it's kind of hit my score a little, but I'm paying it off and fixing it the best I can. Exactly, Chastity. Thank you, Amanda. But I want to get my credit high enough that I can actually get into a nice apartment and not have to just go to a scum landlord or private landlord. I can actually get into like, what's the word? Like a neighborhood. I don't have Venmo. I'm sorry, hon. They cost me that in 2020. Thank you, Crystal. I have your DMs. I'll get with you after the live and we'll see if we can get it to work, okay? Thank you, silly. It's the same private or not, so... Lisa? No, I've never talked with her. And I didn't make that for her to talk to me. I made that to defend her. Thank you, Kitty. Keep an eye out, Cheryl, and we'll see what we can do. Worst case, if you don't want it private, we can do it tomorrow. That's the one thing I keep trying to explain to these people with these awareness pages. I saw it with myself. I was getting ready to say, it's not that I'm full of myself. Those who were here that time will know I'm telling the truth. I was one of the first people I've seen be treated the way that I was. Was there more? Probably. But I was definitely like the addict online to be picked on for a long time. And I feel like some of those people kind of cut their teeth on me and figured out how to get away with things and what hurts, and then moved on to other people with it when they couldn't attack me anymore. I could never either, Amanda. Thank you, Cher. Hey, Alicia. I am, thanks, and hope you are. I appreciate that, Kels. DM me, and if we can't get it to work, I'll let you know. Yep. And now that I'm back, they're sneaking right back over here with this trash bag yard shit. Swearing it's unalived animals, and it's a picture with trash bags. I don't know. Thank you, Charlotte. I really do appreciate that. And I appreciate y'all who stuck by, because I know that I've seen the videos. It wasn't easy to watch. To the point that when I changed... No, let me rephrase that. To the point that I decided to try and move away from Miss Ashy Cat. When I got my divorce and got my name back. Okay, babe. I'll look for it after live. One of the things that I did was I changed my YouTube name to Ashley's Recovery Corner, which is where my nickname comes from. I am still trying to get them to change my @ to that, but TikTok's dumb. And one of the things I did with my YouTube was I privated all the lives. I don't want that to be what people know me as anymore. Sure, Mario, what's up? Like, obviously, that's what I'm known for, and I can't take that back, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. And nobody good is looking for those lives. I can say that right now. Hey, Winter. It's a biatch to go back and dig, or I would private all my using TikToks too. No, he actually stayed very healthy throughout. He was 90th percentile for most of the pregnancy, length and weight wise. The only time his heart rate went low was when I was literally in labor and he got stuck. Perfect heart rate the rest of the time. Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm sad she passed, but I hope she knows I'm grateful. True. And honestly, if you're that desperate to dig that far back, well, what can I do for you? You obviously need help that I can't provide. You know what the irony is? At least in my opinion, is I forgive these people. I forgive them. I understand. I get why they do it. I get where it's coming from. And the fact that somebody is that unhappy, no matter who it is, that's painful. And honestly, I wish I could just wave a wand and make them all happier and make it stop. Not just for me, but for others. And I can't. Thank you, Lindsay. I think that's part of why I try and argue with them so much. Did your doctor tell you to wean? And what are your meds? You didn't miss much. I did a couple readings. I am shocked that they would be having you wean because I was told absolutely no weaning. Even when I did detox, it had to be medically supported because how the effects it could have on a baby. That does decrease their heart rate. Like to the point when I went on my methadone, they told me if I was getting sick to make sure I balanced it out because it could unalive him. So if your doctor is telling you to continue, I would tell them you're not comfortable with it. And if it's not under your doctor, then I would stop. Welcome to ADHD brain. You're welcome. If you want to DM me and keep things a little more private, I can help you a little bit with like maybe some facts to take to them because I know not all doctors pay attention to the latest research. Yep. DM me and we'll see what we can do. In fact, if you can let me know what it is and how it came about, that would really help. I agree, Amanda. They wouldn't even, hey, Haley. They wouldn't even let me like be a little sick when I went on to methadone. They were really, really, really not happy with that. I alternate. I sit down and bounce my leg or I walk. Yes, they helped me a lot. Many of your OBGYNs are very educated in it because it's so common now. I'll type it out for you, hon. Type that into your browser just like I just typed it. Yeah. At the very least, I would tell that one that you're not comfortable and want a second opinion. Okie doke. I mean, it's no joke. Even medically supported, my blood pressure went up so high that I'm literally going to be high risk until they know for sure that it wasn't caused by preeclampsia. They have me listed as a preeclampsia risk now because we have no way to know. Hey, Tracy. So if I ever have another child, yeah, I'm going to be high risk. But right now I can't even get my cycle straight, so. Exactly. And all I can say is thank God that at least if I got pregnant again, I'm on things that they're prepared for that don't cause the harm. And they can manage better if the baby did withdraw from it than a street substance. Birth control for wet hair. Yeah, there is that. We were talking about possible planned children here. We weren't talking about like an accident or anything. Oh, unless you're saying it for my cycle. Thank you, Canary. I asked my doctor about that, and she said because it's PCOS that she doesn't want to bring on the period and force it. So, yeah, I had to have a lot because of my age and because of the addiction and everything. They surprised me because of my weight. I had to do the diabetes thing twice, the glucose test. They made me do it at my very first appointment because I was heavy and at risk for diabetes and had signs of diabetes. Thank you, Brianna. At least I'm not alone. But it is fun because you get all the extra sonograms. I'm not going to lie, I have baby fever. My baby's growing up and it makes me sad. I look back at the pictures of him as a baby and I'm like, I want to do it again and have like an identical baby. I feel like between my mental health being a wreck and focusing on getting clean, I think I missed more than I would have liked to miss with him. I wasn't as aware. Well, congratulations. Yeah, I want a little girl too. I always wanted a boy and a girl. It's definitely cool watching them grow up though. Oh wow, you're almost there. I got it. What kind of reading did you want, hon? Thank you, Mario. Oh my goodness, that's harsh. Hi, Kara. I think you might have been blocked because I've been unblocking a lot of people. If you're here and haven't seen me, you were probably blocked. Hey, Kara. Okie dokie. Let's see. As always, I got a reading. You guys don't have to feel like you got to leave. I come back to the conversation when we're done. This is likely my last reading for the day because what time it is? I just wish I would have appreciated the pregnancy more, and I wish that I had been more... Like, I never had a problem being attentive. He was always with me, always taken care of. But I don't think I appreciated it as much as I could have. Thank you, nurse. Whoops. I have the Eight of Cups. Have you, yeah, I think you're right. Have you had a situation where you left somebody that you're kind of regretting? Miss Cheryl. I went through that, and then using just, I'm not shocked. And it was because you felt like they weren't connecting enough, or the connection was lacking something. Like there was a lot of good, and that's the part you miss, is the good parts. But there was still something closed off, maybe a suspicion of not telling the truth, or just not sharing feelings. And definitely a feeling of being more concerned about themselves, or feeling like they were more concerned about themselves. Now this has left you in the position where you're looking for a long-term commitment. Ideally, you would like to go back to that person and make it work with them. That's just off my first 4 cards, or 5 cards. I have the Eight of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, and the Hierophant in my first row. That's how I knew you broke up. That's how I knew there was lack of connection. That's how I know there's a little bit of self-absorption there, and the wanting of a long-term relationship, if not marriage. This is how I know you would like to go back and fix things. Are you sure? That's what I'm going to ask you right there. Because I see a lot of confusion. A lot. And it's not just doubt. It's not just wondering. There is something in this relationship that has you feeling trapped. And I hope it's just, the inability to make the decision and not something a little worse. Not like violence or anything like that, but like feeling like you don't have other choices, self-esteem issues, things like that. I hope it's just not wanting or not knowing how to make the decision. But you have to move forward in faith. If you do want to reconnect with them, then maybe reach out and see what happens. This is not going to happen on its own. It is going to need some work from you. And it's not going to be immediate. I will put that out there right now. This will take time. However, once you take the action and start to bring this physical connection back, I do feel like this time would be a much better connection, much more fulfilling, and more of, what's the word I want? More connected and more prosperous. Like you've given each other the time to work out what you want. And so now some of that friction will be gone. That's a good way to say it. I would, before looking into any other relationship, see where your options go with this one, because there's some pretty big emotions tied to that person. You need to work them out, resolve it, get to where you can let go before you try and do anything else. See, that's why I'm glad I never gave up my tarot. Well, take what resonates and leave the rest. I always used to say, oh God, how did I say it? Oh my God. I used to say something like, the universe brought you here. Oh my, does anybody remember what I said? I think it was like if you landed on this reading and I don't remember. Well, definitely look into it and see how he feels, and maybe it's time to rekindle. Like, I hear myself saying it. The universe always finds you when it's time. I remember that. I'm going to have to dig up some of my old tarot videos now because I don't remember. You're here where you're meant to be. Maybe you were meant to hear it. You're very welcome, Cheryl. I'm sorry it was so difficult to get to, but I'm glad you did get it resolved. The universe will always find you when it's time. What was the rest of it? I think I might not even be able to find it. I think I stopped it when I switched to this page. That's going to drive me crazy. I have to dig on YouTube. I remember the universe will always find us when it's time. The things that, I don't know. Well, I appreciate it even more then. That's how it goes. And I'll be like, oh my God, that's what it was. And then I feel like I should make a video and say, but then I feel like it would be weird. Was it always remember and never forget? The universe will find us when it's time? Is that what it was? Okay, Amanda. I'm here Monday to Friday. $32 new followers this live. Yes! If you were seeing this, maybe it was meant for you because the universe always finds us when it's time. Thank you, Anna. Well, that means a lot to me because now you finally trust me enough to do it. And I really, really do appreciate that. And yes, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh my God, that's what it was. I tell you, my memory is shit. And I'm only 36. I know what this is from. And I'm dreading what it's going to look like when I'm older. Like, for real. But I am lucky that I didn't do serious nasal damage. I know we all do to some degree. But I was never like this before. And it didn't start until substances. I'm good, Anna, and you? No, I do not, Moon. That definitely falls under being, how do they phrase it? It falls under the causing more damage than it needs to be thing. Yep, it did not start until I was using. I just unblocked you, I recognized because I wasn't going to unblock you. I thought you were somebody else. Exactly. I do have things I would like to make up for, and I know we're not supposed to play tit for tat, but I think it would just cause more harm. I really do on both sides. And maybe not so much for them, but I know it definitely it would be very bad for me to the point that I'm afraid I would spin out. I know, and I've been explaining. Thank you, Monica. Exactly, Mario. I've been explaining for the last little while. I started unblocking because I realized there was mods who were blocking good people. And some of it was because I couldn't tell who was trolling and who wasn't. But I think some of it was actually intentional too. Well, thank you for understanding. It's part of my amends. I'm going through and unblocking everybody now. You've said one other thing that I've seen, Mama Bear. And I have been talking to everybody. They were. Yep, some of it was mods going crazy. A lot of it was paranoia. Thank you, Kara. Thank you, Purple. Yeah, there hasn't been any gifts. That's why I'm... Yep, you were blocked. I'm working on slowly getting everybody unblocked. And Mama Bear, as you see, I'm answering everybody. I have only seen you say, I thought it was just me. And then my speech is so bad, especially when I'm sleepy. And when you said I thought it was the only one, I said, nope, I am too. I don't know. If it was before, Lord Almighty, that chat was so busy. How do you keep track of it sober, let alone out of your head? And that's sad. People shouldn't have to be quiet because they were afraid of being blocked. Then I'm just as guilty for it because I was just as paranoid as everybody else. It's all right, Brandy. I'm unblocking. There is no way I should have 10,000 people blocked. Okay? No way. There's not that many trolls. There's not that many people that meant ill. Right. Yep. 10,000 people blocked. Thank you, Drea. I hope you do too. So, we gotta fix that. Slowly but surely. Mama Bear, was there something else you wanted to talk to me about? I'm sorry that I haven't seen you before like that. I do think I just unblocked you. No, and I won't be sharing my son. The closest you get to see is I have a picture of him on my Facebook banner with his dad with hearts over his eyes, and that's the most you all will get to see. I'm sorry, Amanda. Thank you, Purple. And I don't share him because of what I've been through. And because of... Those of you who are blocked don't know, when I had my son, I almost died. And I was woken up in the ICU with tubes down my throat to be told that a troll called the hospital and was given entirely too much information and live streamed the whole thing. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, because I have people I can't watch for the same reason. Thanks for understanding, Joe. Thank you, Stephanie, and you too. Yup. Now I just say enough that nobody can twist what happened, and that's it. You see, as soon as they started getting blocked with nothing said, they stopped coming in. I know, but I was more worried about getting me sober and being there for my baby than that. He is, and I'm not biased. Well, it may be a little biased, but he is. Everybody that sees him loves him. Thank you, Joe. I just don't like going live when he's here anymore. Number one, because daycare. And number two, I feel like I have to ignore one or the other. He needs my attention when he needs it, and it's not fair to you to keep staring off in space. And it's just not fair to him either. But I used to like letting him babble for y'all. Yeah, I can excuse me, look into it. I still have the videos. And honestly, I don't talk about it much like that because it was a lot. That was a very, very rough birth. But he's here and he's safe and he's sound and he's healthy, and that's all I could ask for. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, Joe. All right, Kayla, you have a good day. I feel you, Chastity. Thank you, Krisha. That's what I plan to do, Joe. Hey, Rosalie. I'm good, and you? Well, that's good to hear. Oh, wow, I really went over my time today. I appreciate that, Amanda. I really do. I'm sure there's lots of addicts who found recovery and came far. Hell, I know people who've come even further than me. Already bought a car, already have a nice place to live. Well, thank you. Thank you, Rosalie. I'm going to go on another unblocking spree at some point today. Hopefully we can get it to where it's just the seriously bad people that are blocked, current trolls, and the ones that I really don't want to see again. Yeah, it takes a while. Thank you, Purple. I think I just unblocked you too. But I will say I'm here live Monday to Friday, 12 to 12:30 p.m. is my start time. I'm here about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. And I'm happy to see you're happy, babe. You are more than... I appreciate you owning that. You didn't have to, because I honestly don't know why people are blocked half the time. So thank you for owning that. Well, thanks, Kay. Yeah, I'm here every day if y'all want to pop back in. You're welcome to follow if you want. If you don't, that's cool too. And I'm glad to see... I'm honestly shocked TikTok pushed me out to so many of you so quick. Like, I just unblocked you in the last 2 days. And this gives me hope that I can rebuild my page. Because I lost my 121,000 page. It's going good, Amanda, and yours? Thank you, sugar. I did just unblock you. I know I did. One day. I think part of why I built it so fast last time, to be honest, Meemaw, if a mod blocked you, I wouldn't say it was by accident. They did not do accidental blockings as much as they pretended they did. I hope so. Because I built the 121,000 in a year. And I've been on this for 4. And you see where I'm at? But part of it is because I'm not the drama anymore. Well, sugar, I'm 17 and a half months clean, and congratulations on 5. I'm loving being a mama. He makes everything worth it. I wish I would have stopped sooner in my pregnancy. But I'm glad to have him with me. He's my little mini me. In so many ways. He has my attitude, my mouth. I can't even tell you. He doesn't even really speak yet, and I already see. But I'm glad. Thank you, Amanda. I'm glad to be here. Like, really. I wish I could have gotten here easier. Without blaming, I will say it was really hard when I was afraid to tell people and accept the help, and not being able to trust people who offered help didn't help. I wish I'd have stayed out of it when I did it in 2021. But here I am. Here I am. I am on Matt after all the shit I talked about it. Well, thank you. Thank you, New York. I see there was now. The problem was, it wasn't that y'all were offering help. Hey, Lala. The problem was there was so many who were offering help just to try and get me to admit to use that I didn't know who I could trust. Thank you, Cheeks. Like, I honestly didn't know. And it wasn't anything, like, mean to you or her or whatever. I just didn't know who I could trust. And then I had mods who would see people offering and would block. And I'll never know. Did they just think it was trolls? Did they do it on purpose? I'll never know. You mean Jess Hessler? Exactly, Amanda. Not really. I had prayed that if I could get out of it as painless as possible, with the baby not suffering, and, no withdrawals or nothing for him, that I would never touch it again. And that's what happened. Call me crazy if you want, but I know what I did and I know what happened, and I know if I break that promise what's going to happen. So here I am. All I ever wanted was to get it out of my system easily. I'd already suffered so many times. I didn't want to suffer again. But now I'm here. I went through 15 months of rehab. I'm now in sober living. I'm doing everything I can to make sure it sticks. Absolutely, Amanda. Oh, yeah. I know it was one of mine. And there were so many times that I did it and didn't have to suffer. I wish I had stuck with it. But at the same time, if I had, I wouldn't have Man. And that's one of the things I have to keep reminding myself. Whenever I regret what I've done, if I hadn't done what I'd done, I wouldn't have my son. So that's how I live with it now. Wow, congratulations. That is a long ass time. Well, thank you for having that faith. True. Thank you, Worry. Nope, I am in Delaware. Exactly, Amanda. So So you know what it's like, even if you've never been there. And I'm sorry, it's hard to love an addict, which I did. Like, my ex-husband was addicted long before me. You would think that would have taught me. But toxicity is not easy to endure. And poisons everything. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. My mouth is dry. I want to go read for a few before I pick the baby up. Exactly. You know what the worst part is you're in a cycle of shame, worthlessness, feeling like you're the biggest failure, and then you do it to be numb, and then you feel the same things again. You too, Purple. You're welcome, Cheryl. Hey, Jennifer. I'm signing out. Feel free to follow if you'd like. I will be back tomorrow around... Actually, tomorrow I might be later because I got to go to the laundromat. Our washer broke here. So if you don't see me tomorrow, I'll be here Thursday. But I am usually on 5 days a week, 12 to 12:30 start time, Eastern time. You too, Amanda. It is hard. Just know it's not them, it's the disease. They would never have done it sober. Thank you, New York. Have a good one, guys. I will see you next live. Much thanks. So happy to see some of you coming back, and hopefully we can get back on the right foot. I pray they do too. Bye, y'all.